Managing your storage on Kubernetes can be tricky. There are two different types of resources provided by Kubernetes to manage our storage, which is persistent volume and persistent volume claim. You can use two different types of provisioning creating this PV. One is static provisioning and the second one is dynamic provisioning. What happens in static provisioning is administrator can create number of PV and user can simply access that PV using creating PVC, which is persistent volume claim. But what happens in dynamic provisioning is if none of the storage requested by user is available in Kubernetes API, the Kubernetes API try to dynamically provision it. That's why it is called dynamically provision. But for time being, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use static provisioning to create PV/PVC in your Kubernetes API. For that, we will need to configure our NFS server. I'm going to use storage of NFS server. You can use different types of storage like AWS, Azure, any different cloud provider service can provide storage services. You can use that. For time being, I'm going to use NFS. So there are few steps I have mentioned here. First, we will have to create NFS server. Then we will have to create PV for both our front end and back end. I'm going to use back end as a MySQL database and WordPress as a front end. We will have to create PV, then PVC, then create deployment of both, and we will need to expose it so that it will be accessible from outside the cluster. So let me just create my NFS server. As I have already covered separate video on how to create NFS server and set up it on your machine. So I'm not going to explain it here. Let me just copy paste my same command. Our NFS server will be get installed on the master node and worker node also. I'm going to use Kubernetes Playground. Here I will make two directories, my data 1 and my data 2, so that it will be get available on NFS to mount. We are going to give permission like chmod 777. We are going to change owner here and we will need to edit our export folder. So I can paste it. In via export, we will have to mention which folder we want to export. So I'm going to export our my data 1 and my data 2. I'm giving it permission like read write secretion and no root squash. So you can see I'm going to give no root squash also. So no root squash will make these directories available for root user from any other worker node also. So next thing we will have to do is export fs hyphen rv. This command will make these directories available on NFS server to mount. So we have exported it successfully. Now we will have to check. First we will have to enable our NFS server. So we will have to restart it and enable it. So next thing we can check IP address of NFS, which is 170.17.0.39. Let me just copy it. We will have to mention this on our PV. Okay. The next thing we will have to do is create a persistent volume for MySQL so that I can use command cat pv.yaml. I have definition for persistent volume of MySQL. You can see here. API version is v1. Kind is persistent volume. As I have already told you, it is one of the resources of Kubernetes API. That's why here kind is persistent volume, just like pod or deployment. I'm going to name it as a test, label it as a MySQL, and storage I'm going to create is 10 gigabytes. Here we will have to mention the IP address of our server and path we will have to given is my data one. So let me just copy the same, enter control D, control L. You can just edit file. What we will have to do is we are going to change with our IP. No, it's not visible to me. It's 39. You can see here 39. Sorry. You will have to mention IP address of your system. We are going to export it with my data 2 folder. Now next thing we will have to do is create pv kubectl apply hyphen a pv.yaml. You can see our persistent volume is created. Now next thing we will have to do is create pv for our WordPress also. So I'm just using same file. In this file we will have to change the name of our persistent volume. We are going to name it as a persistent volume test one. Obvious change we have to make is we will have to label it as a WordPress so that it will get bound to the PVC of same label. Next thing we will have to change the directory. I'm going to check it to the my data one. Okay, the IP address will be same. Now you can just create it using kubectl apply command. Our persistent volume is created. Now the next thing we will have to do is create a persistent volume claim to use this PV. For that you can use command kubectl cat pvc.yaml. You can see here API version is v1. Again I am mentioning here kind is persistent volume claim due to it is resources of Kubernetes API. So we are going to request 10 gigabyte storage using this PVC. Let's see. Enter control D, control L. You can just apply it. kubectl apply. hyphen f pvc.yaml. Our PVC is created. We will have to create same PVC for WordPress also. I'm going to use same definition control L, vi sorry vi pvc.yaml. What changes we will have to make is here. We are going to name it as a my pvc2. Obvious change we will have to make is label WordPress, and we are going to access 10 gigabytes of storage. You can create kubectl apply hyphen a pvc.yaml. Our persistent volume is also created. You can just check it kubectl get pv. I can show you our this is persistent volume test and test one. It is bound now because we have claim it using pvc. You can check it kubectl get pvc control L. You can see here our my pvc is bound. My pvc2 is also bound with test one and test. So we have given access mode it read write and execute. So the next step we will have to create deployment for mysql. You can use command mysql.yaml. I have definition of mysql. I will be providing this file in my description also, so you don't have to worry about it. Let me just copy this definition. I'm going to create deployment. The name will be test mysql, label will be mysql, so that it will get bound to the same PVC with label mysql. So we are going to open container port 3306. It will create a volume in this path war library mysql. The name of that volume will be my volume one. So we have mentioned the volume mount. We have to create this volume. So here we have created this volume. The name should match with this name, which is my volume one. And to create this volume, we are using my PVC claim, which we have just claimed using PVC file. So let me just paste it. Control D, Control L. You can kubectl apply hyphen f mysql.yaml. Our deployment is ready. Now same thing we will have to do to WordPress also. We'll create a WordPress deployment. Here match label will get changed and the claim name volume claim will be get changed. No other changes are there. It will create volume mount in this path var www/html. So just paste it, enter control D, control L. You can create a deployment kubectl hyphen f wordpress.yaml. You can see our WordPress deployment is also ready. You can just check it kubectl get deployment. Our WordPress is not ready. Kubectl get pod. It's creating. Now, the next step is we will have to create service for our MySQL and WordPress. We are going to create a service of node port for WordPress, so it will be accessible using HTTP service, and we are going to create MySQL service of type cluster IP. So within cluster, it will be accessible. So for that, we will need kubectl get pod. Our container is creating. I will keep it on a watch hyphen w. Yes, it's ready. Now we will have to expose it. Now just you can use the same command kubectl expose deployment. Name of our deployment is test mysql and we are going to expose 330 port number, so we just have to mention it. Yes, our service is created. Now you will have to create node port type of service for WordPress also. As I have mentioned, deployment name WordPress, you can see here deployment WordPress hyphen hyphen type is equal to node port and target port is 80. You can just click, our service is also created. You can just check kubectl get svc. You can see here MySQL with cluster IP service and WordPress with node port. We have received port number 31351. So you can just check it using, we should get access to the WordPress 32313. Let me just confirm 31351. Okay, we should be able to access WordPress from here on this port number because you can see our WordPress is running on port number 31351. You can see the landing page of WordPress. You can select your language. They will ask you for title of your site. I'm going to give it as a day of tools. By default, the username take WordPress is admin. I'm going to choose my password Aditya 12345. Okay, confirm use password. I can use my own email address. You can just check install WordPress. Your WordPress should get installed. Just we can log in it from here.